once with a one-star glow. What could go wrong on this dusty road? It's Bubba's Dive Bar Roadshow.
What do we do on a rainy day in Homosassa? We go to the Manatee Pub. Why do we go to the Manatee Pub? Because they got the best pizza in town and ice cold beer. We're on our way. Going down this river, you might think you're going to hear banjos. I don't know what you're going to hear. You might see gators. You might see snakes. You might see a manatee. Who knows? Because it is the Manatee Pub. You know, you pull up in there and there might be one at the bar having a cocktail. Here we are, the Manatee Pub, and we're going inside to get an ice cold beer. After you, gentlemen.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome to the Manatee Pub down in Homosassa Springs. Cash only, but they got an ATM for your bad ideas. Beers are cold, food's killer, and the locals wild as a swamp party. We met regulars, bartenders, and an owner who can drink Bubba under the table.
We are here at Manatee Pub with Mia. She is the #1 bartender in the place, and we love coming here. Why do we love coming here? Because Manatee Pub is the place to be. So tell us, Mia, what is the craziest thing that's ever happened in this bar?
Oh my gosh, there's so many. We've actually had a guy shooting pool and his drawers fell down, so we got the full moon of him.
Imagine if the Breakfast Club traded detention for day drinking. That's the Manatee Pub Breakfast Club, a bunch of hilarious locals who welcomed Bubba like family. Let's just say some of it's not fit for TV, but these are our kind of folks.
You've owned it since 1991. Did it lean?
Not like this.
You made it lean. Okay.
Yeah, none of this was here.
None of this part was here.
Yeah, no, that's the former owner was Eileen.
We made it lean because it floods around here fairly frequently. Water comes in, water goes back in.
So this was done on purpose.
Yes.
So when you're in here and you're drunk and you kind of go this way, it's done on purpose. They're messing with you.
When you get drunk, it levels out.
Yeah.
That was the water line that came in.
Can you get a picture of this?
That's the water line from the last flood.
From Helen.
This is how high the water was.
For Helen, yeah. That was the height of the water.
So it says
Under the bar.
The large cooler
We
that's
did
over there was
Talk to
completely full of beer. They came in, it was sideways. It was
I have a picture of
completely
that.
full of beer.
I have pictures
That's how
of all
much
that.
water pressure. But, you know, even though the water was up to there, what was the mud? The mud had to have been 6
3,
inches.
4
It was
Yeah, it
gross.
was.
God, it was
It
thick.
was so.
Danny was in here
Had
with a
needles
power
in
washer
here.
for
We had
days getting
We
the mud
used
out.
snow shovels. All
Yeah.
the mud out.
You drove 18-wheelers.
Yeah, 35 years.
And then you bought this place.
He bought this place and still drove 18 wheelers.
I drove all the rock and roll bands all over the country. Bon Jovi, Rolling Stones, AC/DC, Kids. I bought it, and I was still drunk.
His wife basically ran it while he was still on the road truck driving after he bought it. His wife worked here.
There used to be an upholstery shop in that little shed out there that his brother Jeff's wife Claire ran.
There's a lot going on here.
Yeah.
It really is.
Well, when
Yeah.
you bought, like I said, we had 6 sites when you bought it.
Yeah, I was only up to
Right. So he
Davidson
increased it
did
to
that.
24.
And
That I didn't
but
know.
now you have a lot of empty sites since the storm.
No.
One.
One empty site
Yeah.
since the storm. The leg back there belongs to him, and he made a lamp out of it.
It's fragile.
It's fragile.
It's fragile.
We were going to take it on this year's cruise, okay?
Mhm.
And enter it in the sexy leg contest. That's true. That's a true story.
So, when was the first time you came to this bar?
After the blizzard of 78 in Ohio, 79, my ass was right here in Homosassa. I've been here ever since.
And you've been through how many owners?
Worked for all 3 different owners.
What would you say is the best thing about this bar?
They're damn friendly.
Mm-hmm.
Hardly, never had any problems in here.
Never have a fight, never have an argument.
I had a couple people argue once in a while, but nothing big deal. We just say, gotta go.
And you work for the bar. Now, do you live on the property?
No, I don't.
Where do you live? Do you live in Homosassa?
I live down off Cardinal Lane by Walmart.
What is the craziest thing you've ever seen in the bar?
Craziest thing. A band come here one time and they were dancing up on the bar, playing fiddles.
My name is Sherry. I'm the cook here. I also bartend. I've been here for 3.5 years.
Our amazing cook is going to make us one of her world famous pizzas. Okay, we'll get the pub pie. So also in the bar, we have an extensive menu. Phenomenal bar food. That's their menu. And don't forget, they're also having zucchini fries now.
Alrighty, guys. Nice and hot. Woo!
So I wanted everybody to know how delicious the pizza was. So we got a pub pie. This thing is loaded. There's everything on it but the kitchen sink. And I'm telling you, it is phenomenal. Mmm.
Well, not too long ago, somebody came in, they didn't have shoes on. They got off the boat, didn't have shoes. So I said, oh no, you got to have shoes on to come in here. So he put his flippers on.
And he walked in the door with flippers.
Yeah, with flippers.
He was walking in flippers. Well, I guess they do constitute as shoes.
He was being serious.
Yeah, nothing was going to keep him out of coming in and having a beer.
I guess, you know, every bar has to have their standards. And at the Manatee Pub, standards are shoes.
Shoes and
no
shirt.
shoes, no shirts, no service. You don't have to have pants on, but you have to have shoes and a shirt
And the
on.
women's don't have to have shirts.
Women don't have to have shirts?
No, only men.
Only men. That's discrimination.
I know. I haven't quite figured that one out.
Okay. So tell me.
So one day, this boat comes pulling in, and I notice the name of the boat. It's called Bumping Bottom. Bumping Bottom. And it's a whole bunch of cross-dressers that work professionally out of Dallas, Texas. And one of them's name was Candy Isle. And Candy Isle, like, was infatuated with me. And I'm like trying to tell him, you know, we don't get a whole lot of stuff like that in this place. So I'm like trying to tell him, like, no, dude, I'm straight. And so the next time they come in, like, none of them have, or one of them didn't have a shirt on. He was a big guy, like our size. Yeah, so Bonnie sitting over there was like, well, here, I'll go get you a shirt. So he puts on this little tiny pink Manatee Pub shirt, you know, and it was like belly buttons hanging out and stuff. But they were out there riding the Manatee, having a good old time. I mean, we don't discriminate, like, you know.
My definition of a dive bar would be a relaxed atmosphere, somewhere where you can come and have some really good food, ice cold beer, and get to know some people that come here all the time, regulars, shall you say, and a good community.
Mia, what would be your definition of a dive bar?
A dive bar is something that's been around for a very long time, unchanged. The community respects the fact that it hasn't been changed or beautified into something that's commercial, that everybody absolutely loves to come to. It's kind of like Cheers. Everybody knows everybody.
This place is?
We are all just one big dysfunctional family.
We're here today to give them our 5-star rating. This is a 5-star dive bar. It is here. We are going to put this sticker on the door, so when you walk in, this is what you're going to see. Bubba's rated 5-star dive bar.
Bubba's got a map and it's stained with beer. Every dot's a dime.